Today on Soul Singer Discovers, we're going to be listening to Linkin Park. Is it the 2000s again? Maybe. Welcome back to another Soul Singer Discovers. It is January. I am trying to get through the month without murdering everyone I know. How's your new year been? Have you stopped being socially obliged to say Happy New Year to everyone yet? I know I have.
It must be wonderful to ring in the new year over and over and over.
Please kill me.
I stop after the 1st of January, that's it. You're not getting Happy New Year after that. Enough with the madness. Okay, so as I said, we are listening to Linkin Park today. It is some of the new Linkin Park. Now, full disclosure, I do know who Linkin Park are. I have heard Linkin Park before. I wouldn't ever say I listened to Linkin Park. But Chester appeared on an album for a soundtrack for a film called Queen of the Damned that I've only mentioned maybe once, 4 or 5 times. And he appeared on a track in that, and I do think that he was resplendent. So I'm very aware of Linkin Park's style, I feel. This is the new lineup of Linkin Park, so I've no idea what it's going to sound like. I know it is a woman that is now the lead singer, but I haven't heard nor hide nor hear of them in many a moon. Why am I talking like that? I'm talking like a Lord of the Rings character for some reason. Before we get there, are you the kind of person who likes to listen to new music from grassroots independent artists, so you're not like the other posers? Why not head over to my Spotify and have a wee listen? I promise you will find something on there that you like, and if you don't, you get your money back. Not from me. You'll have to email Spotify and, you know, good luck with that. So let's do it. This is Linkin Park with the Emptiness Machine.
Your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends. I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
The drums don't feel typical of Linkin Park. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. I know Linkin Park there was a lot of hip hop influence within their tracks, and there was a lot of electronic influence within the tracks as well. The drums on this feel too traditional for them. But again, I never really listened to the Linkin Park as like a proper fan, so I could be totally barking up the wrong bush here.
I guess you might say he's barking up the wrong bush.
But so far, there was some melody and harmony choices there that were really nice. And whilst I don't know if they're typical of Linkin Park, the songs that I've heard of Linkin Park, it echoes that. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Put around like a revolver. It's been decided how we lose. 'Cause there's a fire under the altar. I keep on lying to. I keep on lying to. Already pulling me in. Already under my skin. And I know exactly how this ends. I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine.
Nice.
I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of.
I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of. I only wanted to be part of
Yeah. She brings, hang on. So I realise that with bands like this, there's going to be fans who listen to Chester and loved him, and this new incarnation is no good for them. I get it. There's definitely, I think, stepping as a singer into another singer's band who's not there for, a myriad of reasons is always going to be a hard one. But from what I can tell, she's not trying to be Chester. She's being herself. And herself is someone who's got a really rich, distorted tone of their own, And I think that's something that I enjoyed about hearing Chester sing on the Queen of the Dam soundtrack, was that he had a very sort of like rich timbre, and he was a good singer. Forget the distorted, he was a good singer at the foundation of what he did. And unfortunately for I believe her name's Emily, unfortunately for Emily, she's going to get compared to Chester from now until she's no longer with the band. And is it sad? I mean, I can think of worse people to be compared to. She's doing a great job. I realise this is a recording. There is some pitch correction on Mike's voice, which is, fair enough. It's electronic music sometimes in its incarnation. The drum track that's playing, which might well be sampled, I'm not wild about it, but that's I'm being nitpicky. That's a personal preference. That's not a reflection of anything that's going on. And also there was a couple of different pieces of lyricism in there that was really nice. I think it's one of those things. I don't think the people who are die-hard Linkin Park fans will view this band as the same band. Like when I see Queen going out with people like Adam Lambert, that's not Queen anymore. When Freddie Mercury's not there, it's not Queen. It's a different band. Doesn't mean it's a bad band, it's just a different band. And I think we've talked about this on the channel a whole bunch of times. Changing in and out instrumentalists can cause, a change in dynamic, a change in tone overall of the band and the stylistic choices that are made. But changing a singer is such a huge one. Changing a singer really changes it. And it really changes it because a human voice is not the same, instrumentally speaking, not just because it's so individual to the person, but because the expression of a voice is built on so many things. Your training, your emotional state, your hydration, just so many things. Especially you've changed the singer from male to female, which is bringing another energy, another vibe to it. Do we think Black Sabbath with Ozzy is the same with Black Sabbath with Dio? Of course not.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. But I did enjoy that. There was some really nostalgic feeling harmonies going on. It's lovely to see them still doing things, even though they had suffered a tragedy. And I think it's always that discussion of, do you continue on after one of the OG members is gone? I think the person who's not there anymore would want the other people to continue on, personally speaking. If I died and the people that I work with musically, I would 100% want them to continue on. Like I just moved, like I just went on holiday to Hawaii. I would want them to continue on. So yeah, really fun. What do you all think of this? Is there any die-hard Linkin Park fans in the comment section? If so, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about Emily? How do you feel about her voice? How do you feel about the idea of bands replacing vocalists over any of the other instruments? Is there another example where a band has replaced a vocalist and you think it's made it better? Let me know in the comment section. As always, thank you all for liking, subscribing and doing all that business. I appreciate it. Thank you to my patrons. Until next time, my dudes, enjoy your January. Don't do any strenuous lifting.